In my earlier videos, I've shown you two types of Hakka houses, the Hakka Ward House and Hakka Tulou. In Meizhou Municipality in northeast Guangdong Province, there is another type of Hakka house called Hakka Weilong House. This is a model of Hakka Weilong House displayed in China Hakka Museum in Meizhou City. It is a house with 6 hens and 3 weis. What is a hen? What is a wei? What does Wei Long mean? You'll find the answers from the 4 Wei Long houses I visit in this video.
Hello, I'm Yan Yan. I'm in Xining, Guangdong Province. Xining belongs to Meizhou Municipality, which is a major region for Chinese Hakka people. In Meizhou, Hakka built a type of house which is called Hakka Weilong House, and Xining probably has the highest density of this type of house. Today I'll show you the structure of Hakka Weilong House and compare it with other type of Hakka dwellings.
There are usually 2 main entrances located on 2 sides of the house respectively. The left one was for important guests. Most of the time it would be locked. Residents would enter from the right entrance. What are these slots for? These wooden bars would be pulled out and slid into the slots. Courtyard is essential in rural areas of China for sun-drying grains and other farm produce. In front of the house, there is a half-moon pond. Hakka houses always have a pond. Han Chinese, including Hakka, believe water is associated with fortune. Having a pond helps accumulate fortune in the family. Of course, water from the pond could also be used for irrigation and firefighting. There are 3 entrances in the front of this Hakka Weilong house. This is very similar to the Meixian style Hakka Tulou. The 2 side entrances go to the living space, and the one in the center goes to the Ancestral hall. And let's go take a look. Unlike Hakka Tulous, which are named Lo, Hakka Weilong houses are usually named Wei, same as Hakka Ward houses. Behind the back hall is the backyard, and this is not a normal backyard. It's bulging like pregnant woman's belly. In Hakka Weilong house, it's called Embryo. It signifies the clan will have a lot of offsprings. There is a half circle of rooms in the backyard. It's called Wei, which means enclosure. It's usually built on the slope of the hill. Then what does Long mean? Long means the shape of the hill. That's where the Hakka Weilong house is from. The room in the center of the way is a sacred room for worshipping purpose. Usually it's kept empty. The back hall and the embryo are separated by a ditch for drainage purpose. Hidden in the short wall of the embryo are 5 stones representing gold, wood, water, fire, and earth respectively. Ancient Chinese believed these were the 5 basic elements of the universe. Having these 5 stones in the Wei Long house ensures the house would have the same elements and order as the universe.
These are the halls in the center and their side rooms, and this is the wing building. It's the main living space. In Hakka Weilong house, there can be as many wing buildings as possible, and they are separated by the courtyards.
In Hakka Weilong house, a wing building is called a hen. Each wing building has its own entrance. The outer wing building is accessed from here. Like Hakka Ward House and Hakka Tulou, Hakka Weilong House is for a big clan to live together. Both the Wei and the Han are living space. All wing buildings and central halls are linked by corridors, like this. Like Hakka Ward houses, this Wei Long house also has 4 turrets in the corners. The hens and the central halls form a square, which is encircled by a circle formed by the Wei and the pond. It reflects the Chinese traditional round heaven, square earth philosophy, in which round and heaven represent dynamic, while square and earth represent static. Hakka people believe the Wei Long house achieved the balance of square and round, dynamic and static, as well as yin and yang. Some Hakka Wei Long houses were not constructed by one generation. As population of the clan grew, the house could be expanded by constructing more wing buildings and more ways. Next, let's go to the most ancient as well as one of the largest Wei Long houses in Xining. It's housed with 6 hens and 4 ways. Unfortunately, it's incomplete now. Part of the house has been demolished.
The shapes of the embryo in different Hakka Weilong houses are different. You won't find 2 identical ones. Hakka people believe it's very important. It affects the prosperity of their clan. How much the embryo bulges was precisely calculated.
This Wei Long house was expanded many times. When it was first constructed in the 14th century, it only had the central halls and 2 wing buildings. So at the very beginning, it was not a Wei Long house. When rooms ran out, 2 more wing buildings and a way connecting them were constructed. Unfortunately, I don't know the timing of the first expansion. Otherwise, it might have given us some information on when and how Wei Long houses started emerging in Meizhou. When the 3rd and 4th ways were constructed, there was no space left to build corresponding wing buildings. The space between the wing buildings is also extremely narrow in this Wei Long house. The 3 characters above the entrance caught my attention. 玉章堂. Yuzhang is the name of an ancient prefecture which was in today's Nanchang City, the capital city of Jiangxi Province. It's where I'm from. The Luo clan living in the house regard Yuzhang as their origin. It's a tradition for Hokkien people to put their origin above the entrance of their house, but it's rare for Hakka to do so. Next to this big Hakka Weilong house, there is a smaller one. It also has Yuzhang Tang above the entrance. Highly probably that this house was constructed by someone from that big Wei Long house. This was one way for Chinese clan to expand. People, especially capable people, moved out of their original house to build their own house for their own offspring. There are many more Wei Long houses not far away. In Xining, even if you follow Brownian motion, you would hit a Wei Long house. But most houses are incomplete and in pathetic conditions. I was trying to find a house with multiple ways that looks like the model in China Hakka Museum, but wasn't able to find a good one in Xining. I did, however, find a very close one in Meixian, a major area of Meizhou municipality. This Wei Long house has 8 hens and 3 ways. It's the largest Hakka Weilong house in Meixian. Two sago palm trees were planted on the Embryo 4 centuries ago. In the early 20th century, Western styles were introduced to Hakka houses. In an earlier video, I showed you such a Hakka Tulou. The Changting Tulou in Fujian province has a hall with Western-style columns. The corridor of the Tulou looked like the orchid buildings in Southeast Asia. In Xining, there is a Wei Long house with a very similar style. The Dihua Wei was constructed during 1914 to 1922, around the same time as the construction of the Changting Tulou. Let's go to the wing building directly. This Hakka Weilong house was built in the early 20th century. The wing buildings and half-circle at the back have 2 stories, and they're all linked up by corridors. The Wei and the Embryo of the house are huge. A different angle. The second floor of the Wei also has a slope. The layout of this house is slightly different from typical Wei Long houses. In between the back hall and the Embryo, there is another building. It's called the Pillow Building. The rooms were used as study rooms for kids in this Wei Long house. The second floor of the 2 outer wing buildings, the Wei and the Pillow Building, are all connected via corridors. No wonder there's a saying among local people that rooms in Dihua Wei are unlimited. This is the Hakka Weilong Villa. No wonder there's a saying among local people that rooms in Dihua Wei are unlimited. Walking in this Western-style Hakka Weilong house made me think of a question. Did it happen the other way around? Since the majority overseas Hakka came from Meizhou municipality, did Hakka build Wei Long houses abroad in their new home? I read the father of former president of Guyana, Raymond Arthur Chuang, who was from Dabu County of Meizhou municipality, built a Wei Long house in Guyana. I don't know if that house still exists. Let me know if you know a Wei Long house outside China. In my next video, I'll show you a type of house in Fujian province that's very similar to Wei Long house. Hakka there called this type of house the Oaks Hung house. In next video, I'll show you 4 Oaks Hung houses in the Ting River Ridge. They all differ in layout. They changed my stereotype that Hakka in Fujian province all live in Tulou. I'm Yan Yan. I make videos about sites of interest in China and histories and stories behind them. Subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time.